Some of the most important skills for living, like talking, reading, and writing, are taught at a very young age. Swimming is also on that list for many people, but there are plenty of others who never learn how. Two women in their 70s recently decided to add to that ability, and they tell our AJ Byatport it's because no one should ever stop learning.
Inside Glen Hills Middle School.
All right, right arm was really good.
Specifically at the pool.
Move your arm! There you go!
There is a class.
That's the elementary back.
Offering life lessons for people of all ages.
I teach anything from 6 months until you're no longer alive.
Cindy Schlitt has taught people to swim for 30 years in the Nicolet Recreation Department.
Because you're already halfway there because you got that shoulder drop down.
In this course, she has two friends in their 70s, Joanne Williams and Burnett Crimes.
My goal is to be able to do 2 laps from this end to that end and back. That's 1 lap, right? Okay. 1 length. Yeah.
If Williams looks familiar, it might be because she spent much of her career on your TV screens at multiple Milwaukee news stations. She's still working, currently putting together a documentary. But along the way,
That wasn't very far.
she never learned to swim, even though she made sure her children signed up for lessons.
And I would sit next to the pool and watch them learn how to swim. And I used to think, I wish I knew how to do that too.
Years later,
Go, girl.
Williams decided to take the plunge.
I'm not so much afraid of the water, but I have to learn how to breathe. And I think that's the hardest part. And I think after all the things I've done, this is going to be one of the things I will consider a great accomplishment.
You're halfway. Remember, you said the drain was halfway?
Yeah.
You can get farther if you breathe.
Oh, yeah. Breathing.
Learning how to swim in your 70s is not easy.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna sign up again in September, and I'm gonna nail it. That's what I feel. I feel I'm gonna do it.
But Burnett Crimes is far from discouraged. She has set a goal to swim on her own by the time she turns 80 next May.
I want to be able to do laps. I admire people who can go back and forth on that pool. They make it look easy. So I said, I'm determined.
For some in this class, to swim is to overcome longtime fears.
I was maybe 10, and I remember looking up through the water and seeing all these kids standing above me, laughing, because they thought I knew how to swim. And they didn't realize that I was drowning.
As a child, Williams relied on what she watched in the movies, paddling her way to the surface.
And that's when they realized, oh, maybe she can't swim. And that's when my mother came running over, screaming and yelling, she can't swim. Get her out of the pool.
Even Schlitt, the instructor, has her own harrowing origin story.
My brother said, look at the fish, and I looked at the fish and he pushed me in the lake.
Despite growing up near Okauchee Lake, Schlitt did not know how to swim when she received that brotherly shove.
So my father had to run from the whole back lot all the way down, jump in the lake, get me out, and then I woke up with him pumping my stomach.
Schlitt was put into swimming lessons after that.
Kick your leg, I got you underneath here, go ahead, kick up and down.
And has since dedicated her life to guiding others seeking the ability to swim.
It's like a little warm bug inside of you that makes you feel warm and fuzzy all over. It's just the little baby steps that they get, and sometimes they don't realize that those little baby steps mean so much.
Everyone has their own reason for deciding to finally dip their toes in the water.
I feel everyone should know how to swim because you don't ever know if you're ever going to be in water.
For Williams, it's being able to visit Arizona and swim in her son's pool.
My son knows I'm taking lessons, and every time I talk to him, he says, Mom, how are the lessons going? I tell him, well, they're going pretty well. He says, I'm looking forward to be able to swim with you in our pool.
You know it, Joanne.
After 8 weeks of lessons,
3, 2, 1, you're at the wall.
there is meaningful progress.
It's the first time I've gone all the way across the pool on my back.
High five, girl. You got this. You got this.
Oh my God.
No matter your age or your source of inspiration,
Think of all the calories you're burning.
there is never a reason to put a cap on what you can accomplish.
I say no, try. If you don't succeed, try again. That's what I'm doing now.
It teaches you something that you should need in life. So I'm pretty proud of myself.
Thanks for watching this CBS 58 Sunday Morning Story. Subscribe here and make sure to tune in to CBS 58 every Sunday morning to see more uplifting stories like this. And check out our other playlists on YouTube. You'll find everything from Everyday Heroes to our CBS 58 Hometown series on CBS 58.